Good evening. Today is October 23rd, and welcome to another episode of It Only Takes a Spark to Get a Fire Going. Today's reading comes from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. Brothers and sisters, I, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to live in a manner worthy of the call you have received, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another through love, striving to preserve the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. One body and one Spirit, as you were also called to one hope of your call, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of us all, who is over all and through all and in all. Wow. How many times are you going to hear that word all in that reading, right? What a constant reminder for us on this Friday evening of the importance of unity, of peace, gentleness, and the ever so, I think, misrepresented word, and I think in our human language, love, that binds us all, that should bind us all. And I always thought growing up, there were so, and there still are, there's so many different faith traditions and denominations, and it seems like, we do that strange thing, and we multiply by division, right? We get a church and somebody, there's a disagreement and somebody feels that we need to go in this path, and then they move off and they start their own branch, and they continue, and they keep on, and they keep on, and they keep on doing that. And I know that, and each of those different denominations feel that their interpretation of the Bible, the way they worship, the way they connect with each other is the one true way, right? And many of them feel like there is no other way. And I think that's where we get caught up with what I call foolishness as Christians, right? There is one God, one Lord, one Jesus. Whether we choose to do it on a Saturday morning in this church, or we choose to do it on a Friday night with this group of believers, and we have a song of praise at this particular time, or in this another church, our songs are softer, or we do things differently. Look at what is the central part of that faith: Jesus Christ. Who are they praying to? God the Father. Who do they invite in their midst? The Holy Spirit. What are they using to celebrate and to learn the scriptures? And we have to be reminded of that, of the unity that we have. And I think that we have strength in numbers, and we spend so much time getting caught up into, who ought to do it better and who shouldn't be doing that we don't see what we have in common. And I think it happens in today's society, right? We're so fixated on this person believes that person has this political affiliation. We forget that person is also a mother. That person is also afraid. Regardless of our political leaning, we know that if we hear that, oh my heavens, we have 545 children who cannot be reunited with their mothers and their parents, like that's horrific, right? You don't have to be a Democrat or a Republican to know that it hits you to your core. So we have to embrace our humanity. We have to remember that when they cut us, we bleed. That even though we're faced with different issues, and I'm not going to be one to say that everyone can relate to every single issue, that we can relate to all issues that are facing each other in society, but we can find some things that we have in common. We can find good, we can remember that in that person's face is the face of a creator. I mean, like the child of God, even if that child is having a full out tantrum, you know, and how disappointing, how frustrating God must have felt when Lucifer decided he had a better plan and he wanted to do things differently. All right. How disappointed he must have felt to see his creation, betray him in this way. So we have to look at our humanity, look at what unites us so that we're not divided, that we don't spend our time pulling each other down, that even though we're exhausted with what's going on with the with the virus, that we are doing what we need to do to keep each other safe, that we're not being selfish, that we're trying to just embrace the common good, the good that Christ has placed in each and every one of us. It's the same calling I think we all fundamentally have as humans, to walk each day, to live each day in faith, in humility, in love, and to spread that joy. Even if we spread that joy wherever we go. And even if we start off our morning in sorrow and confusion or pain, we have to, at some point in that day, find a glimmer of hope, of peace, find something that we can embrace, something that we can look to and see love, and not hold on to resentment. And sometimes as human beings, we like to do that. We are the ones that get in our own way. So I just encourage you to do that. Father, at this time, we thank you so much for reminding us of the importance of unity, the importance of our faith, the importance of love, and the importance of identifying your call to us every day. It's the same call. And help us to just peel away those layers that prevent us from really connecting to our call. Help us to see the humanity in each other. Help us to lift each other up. Help us to live in a day of love and to give ourselves the space, if we cannot express that love, so that we can reconnect later on, so that we can be whole. And Father, help us to be more like you in everything that we say and in everything that we do. Brothers and sisters, I encourage you to share the spark. God bless.